Hello everybody and welcome back to another RC Cars presentation. And this is probably an unexpected video because I know I said I'd do the ice racers from the Disney store or Coila Ivanov or something like that, but I actually decided to do the determined Lightning McQueen review. And so yeah, let's get started. I did mention that I got this like a week ago and it was all crumpled up and stuff. It was, just you can watch that video if you want to hear my rant on it. And so I actually asked for a replacement, and here it is, and it's like 10 times better. It's like perfect. I mean, it's almost perfect. I mean, the corners are a little bit bad, but I mean that's no big deal since I'm opening it up. And the blister's a little crunch, but I mean, much better than the previous time. The previous time he had like a chip like right on his nose there, and the whole card was like folded and stuff. But so yeah, a few people wanted to actually see this. It does come now with a poster, and this actually is a lot like another Lightning McQueen that came out a few years ago. So we'll be taking a look at these in comparison. But let's actually take a look at the package, because this is from the second case of 2015 that's actually hit the United States. I know somebody's found this in California, but I haven't seen this at all. Not many people have even seen it. So of course, I'm pretty sure there was like a strike going on in the like port ships, and then they solved that. So hopefully we'll see some new stuff hitting stores soon. And but this is from the Piston Cup series. I was just gonna say something I forgot, but he is 13 out of 18, so 18 cars in the Piston Cup series. And on the back here, we actually see a few models that kind of look interesting. And of course, we do have Punchy Wipeout's Pity, which is Bumper Series Pity right there. A lot of you guys are probably excited about this, but to me, I already have this one, so I mean, this was released in like a group pack, I'm pretty sure, and so I'm pretty sure you guys are excited about this. And of course, Determined Lightning McQueen, it's a new model, but not too exciting. Mario Andretti, that's kind of a interesting one. It does have the corrected red rims. Dexter Hoover on the right here. I know that one's been showing up internationally. And Chick Hicks and Punchy Wipeout have already showed up in the first case of 2015. And we can check out kind of the side blurb on the side here. The King, Chick Hicks, and Lightning McQueen compete in a tiebreaker race to win the Piston Cup Championship. And it's kind of interesting because Bumper Save or Punchy Wipeout never actually appeared in this scene at the end where they're at the Los Angeles International Speedway, but whatever. I guess that's not too big a deal. I guess they're talking about the whole Piston Cup, but in that little blurb, they only talk about the Los Angeles Speedway. And one more thing I wanted to show you guys before we opened up Determined Lightning McQueen is that I went to a few stores today, didn't find too much, but I decided to pick up the Rescue Squad Trooper from the the Cars Toon singles at Walmart. Just decided to get another one so I could show it to you in the video that I'm gonna do in a little few days or something, I don't know. Also, I got pretty excited when I saw these. I finally found the 2015 two-backs. So as you can see here, we got Chief RPM and RPM's Pity Petro Pulaski. Again, these are all repeats, but it's something new. I actually did find these at Toys R Us, so if you guys are looking for these, I guess Toys R Us would be a decent place to go look. Of course, there's the other one that I picked up. They had one of these Easy Idol 2-packs, which I bought here, so now they have 0. They had 2 of the RPMs, so I bought one. They had like 4 of the Radiator Springs and Lightning McQueen and Sally, and they had none of the Francesco Bernoulli and Giuseppe Motorisi, which kind of is unfortunate, but whatever, not too big a deal. And of course, this has the same backing. I'm probably gonna get a video on these in the future, but not right now. That probably will be like next week. Maybe I'll try to find the Giuseppe Motorisi one, and I'll buy that so I can show it to you. But so that's pretty much it. So now I guess we can get on to Determined Lightning McQueen here. I did say that I was probably gonna do a video on him and Jumpstart J Ward, but I decided my videos are going really long nowadays. And I thought, well, how about we just do a video on Determined Lightning McQueen, since there's a few things to talk about with him. And then I'll do the video on Jumpstart J Ward when he comes here, and then I can talk about him. So here we go. Here's Determined Lightning McQueen. Looking pretty good, to be honest. It's a nice, crisp Lightning McQueen, brand new. Kind of a weird, we're getting some weird, lighting right now. Sorry about this, guys, but I hope you guys can still see it good. But of course, he does kind of have a more determined Lightning McQueen, hence the determined Lightning McQueen, title. But here's the aggro, angry Lightning McQueen that came with the Dynaco Showgirls. These Dynaco Showgirls right here. A few years ago, probably like a lot more than a few years ago, actually. But you can see that there's a major difference. I mean, they are kind of similar, though. Of course, they both are Lightning McQueens and have the Rusty's logos on the spoiler, but there's a few noticeable differences. One of them being that the aggro Lightning McQueen has a mouth plate that's plastic. As you can see, there's a line going right there, and the determined Lightning McQueen is one solid piece of metal, which is nice. That's what they're doing with most of their cars nowadays, so that's pretty cool. You can check out the rims here of determined Lightning McQueen. They're a lot more solid cherry red, when aggro Lightning McQueens have more grayish red, kind of. Probably that's just kind of a factory error or something. Probably that's not on everybody's, but you can kind of see the difference here. I mean, I would say that this doesn't really look like a determined Lightning McQueen. Looks more like, I don't know, a angry Lightning McQueen. These both look pretty angry, if you ask me. I mean, here is another Lightning McQueen right here. This is the regular Lightning McQueen, and that one looks happy, obviously. I did pull out the wet Lightning McQueen to see how he compares, but he doesn't really look like these guys at all. He just looks, a little bit disorientated. But to be honest, determined Lightning McQueen looks a little bit more angry to me than he does determined, but I guess that's just all an opinion. But this one definitely looks angry, and this one, I don't know. I mean, his frowning and stuff, I guess he actually is kind of determined, because when you get determined, sometimes you get angry, I guess. But I don't actually know when Lightning McQueen was determined. If you guys know in the movie, when he looked like this specifically, I'm not sure. I'm sure he looked determined throughout the whole movie, quite a few spots. So I guess this is kind of a piece that was in a lot of the movie, I guess. I don't know, but it's nice to have a new car, kind of add to your collection. I mean, it's not really new; it's just different expression, but it's something different. Since it's kind of been a dry few months of cars. It's nice to get something new. So that's pretty much it for this video. I know you guys wanted to see that determined Lightning McQueen review alongside the angry Lightning McQueen. But let's not forget the poster. Let's check out this poster. It comes all nice and folded like this. This probably will be kind of hard to fit on the camera right now, but we're going to have to make it work. Come on. Wow. Some nice cars on here. Alright, wow, this might be a little bit much to fit on the camera here, but you can see these story set things. The Piston Cup Pit Stop Play and Race Launcher, Luigi's Play Set, Highway Hideout Play and Race Launcher, and the Mack Truck Play Set. So this is pretty cool. You get to see a lot of different cars on here. We're gonna move this over out of the way so we can take a look at the poster. Alright, you got me and Tia right there. We got one of the story sets there. Loop. There's Guido. There's Van. Sheriff. Mrs. the King. Sally. Snot Rod with Flames. Boost with Flames. Wingo. Fillmore up there. JW's all the way over there. And there's the only new car I'm pretty sure on this thing is Hydraulic Lightning Ramon. There's Mater, and there's Pit Crew Member Flo. So those are all the cars on here. And it kind of looks cool how it all links together. Oh, there's a few more on the top here. There's Tractor, Tip and Play and Race Launcher. Cozy Cone Spiral Rampway playset. Escape from Frank Track playset. So this is kind of an interesting kind of new idea. They got the story sets that I'll collect, connect, and create. So that's kind of interesting how they do that. They do have a nice little Lightning McQueen down in the corner. Build your own Cars World. Okay. I'm probably not going to buy any of these. It just doesn't really look too good in my opinion. But here's some of the other 2015 cars. Looks pretty good. Actually, I'm just being sarcastic with that. I mean, the poster looks good, it's just that all these cars are pretty boring. Lightning McQueen, WGP, Boost, there's probably my favorite, Ryan Shields, Vusing. I'll definitely be getting him. Chick Hicks, nobody cares, DJ, Frank, again, a lot of people have been finding him at Walmart, so if you want him, go to Walmart. Francesco, Flo, Fillmore, Doc, Jeff, Cabuto, Lewis Hamilton, Luigi Guido, Mater, Raul Cerul, Yellow Ramon, Nigel Gearsley, Miguel Camille, Max Schnell, Kevin Racing Tire. Of course, they did, he was kind of an air before he was red. And actually, in the first case of 2015, they released him red. And now they actually corrected him in the second case of 2015 and made him pink. So that's definitely something really cool. That they actually corrected their air. Shooter, because he actually is pink in the movie, not red, and now he matches his hauler. That'll be for another video. Snot Rat with Flames, Strip Weathers, aka the King, and Wingo. So that's it for all the cars on this one. Not too exciting what they had on there, but it's a nice little poster. It shows the new story sets that come out. I know all these little posters are in the second case of 2015, but I'm not sure if they're in any other case. I know they're not in the first case, but I don't know if they're gonna be in the second case or not, but you know, they do look pretty nice. So thank you guys for watching. This video went on too long. I'm sorry, but thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye now.